I'm Sammy, welcome to my kitchen. Yes, my actual kitchen. I'm still living in New York, I still have rent to pay, and I still have super exciting, super easy, everyday recipes that with a little zhuzh can go from ordinary to extraordinary. Let me show you how easily you can make everyday gourmet. So today we're gonna do a roasted tomato soup with a little bit of Italian sausage and some corn. We're gonna roast everything first because that's really gonna develop the flavor of everything and it's just gonna be really, really rich and delicious. So I've already peeled my tomatoes. You don't have to peel them. Sometimes I feel fancy and wanna peel my tomatoes, sometimes I don't. These are Roma tomatoes or plum tomatoes. Slice them in half. I'm gonna take the core out because no one wants to eat that. Tomatoes need a lot of salt, so you do wanna be generous here. All the way up top. We're also gonna do a little cracked black pepper, olive oil. Another way to get that like really, really tomatoey flavor, they're gonna have to fry a little bit. You want them to roast. And to get a little bit of herbaceousness to them, a little bit more flavor, I'm just gonna rip off some thyme. We're not gonna de-stem the whole thing. I'm just gonna sprinkle it on here. We're gonna take this off later, but the earlier you start to flavor, the more flavor you're gonna have later. Also gonna roast some garlic. So I'm gonna take the whole clove of garlic and just slice it in half. So we're gonna hit it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna make like a little package out of it, so it's kind of gonna steam in there too. A little olive oil, delicious. Yeah, and that's just gonna go in the oven just like that. We're also gonna roast some corn, and this is my favorite way to get around not having a grill, because I don't have a grill in New York City. Who does? My roommate does. If you have a grill the corn. Oh yeah, look at that. It's incredible. Yeah, everything else is done. Look at that steam. Amazing. So now we're ready to start building the soup. First of all, I'm using Italian sausage. This is how we're gonna impart all of that flavor into the soup, so it's kind of like cheating. Oh wait, it's cooking. Medium-high heat, we're gonna render this sausage out, so you do want it to brown on the bottom because that's also gonna be flavor. I'm using all sweet sausage. Sometimes I use half sweet, half spicy. It's up to you in terms of spice level. I'm gonna add chili flakes. I'm taking it out of the casing. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil just to get the sausage going, a little encouragement. And I'm using a non-stick Dutch oven, so I'm not gonna have a problem with sticking, but I want the sausage to know that it's okay to release its fat. I don't wanna stir it too much because I really want it to kind of stick. The brown bits on the bottom are gonna be flavor later and we want that. Multitasking is your friend. If you don't feel comfortable like this, you can do all of this chopping ahead of time. But if you're listening, you know that the sausage is going. Sometimes I don't because I've got music on. That's not good. I'm like, whoops. Or you could do the like 1 ear of corn rule. Chop an ear of corn, turn the sausage, chop another ear of corn, check the sausage. This corn is hot. There will be corn on the floor. Just get a broom. Or your dog or your cat. I don't have animals, so it's a broom for me. So now I'm just gonna roughly chop the tomatoes. Roasted garlic. You could just eat this like that. You could also mix it with butter and have roasted garlic butter. So it's all smushy. We're just gonna squeeze it out. You could squeeze it right into the soup. I'm gonna smush it even more. So I'm just like, smush. Look at that browning. Amazing. Okay, so now we're gonna take it out. Slotted spoon, you wanna save the grease. The better quality of your sausage, the better flavor of your soup. So invest in that. We still got some grease, right? Onions. So we're just gonna saute the onions in that sausage fat and then a little bit of olive oil. Salt and spicy stuff. So this is where I'm adding my heat. Since I'm using the sweet sausage, I'm controlling the level of heat. If you wanted to have the spicy sausage, you're at the mercy of that sausage's spice. Say that 5 times fast. Maybe a little black pepper, never hurt anyone. And to kick up that thyme note, we're gonna add, this is our thyme bundle. Bunch of thyme with a little bit of twine. That goes in too. We're starting to build our flavors with this soup. We're gonna add the corn in. And then an avalanche of tomatoes. Don't forget that garlic. I never said this wasn't a messy recipe. The tomatoes are starting to release their liquid. You want to make sure that you get all of that off of the bottom, because that is all of the flavor. Now we need the liquid. So I'm going to do a little bit of white wine. And then chicken stock. I'm going to cover it about 1 inch above. You can use chicken stock, you can use beef stock, you can use pork stock if it's a pork sausage you're using. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to reduce it to a simmer for like 25 to 30 minutes, uncovered. We made soup! There she is, folks. Look at the color in there. One thing you want to do, you want to take that thyme bundle out. It's so good. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's chunky. Oh, it's so good. We're gonna take that same corn that we roasted in that tin foil and we're gonna revamp it, reimagine to a corn side. One of my favorite ways to eat corn is like Mexican street corn. So this is inspired by like that messy, delicious thing that makes a complete mess of yourself. So we're gonna just slice it off the cob because we're classy girls. You're gonna get a little bit of that corn there. Deal. Traditional Mexican street corn, they're gonna use mayonnaise and Mexican crema, which is like sour cream, which is my favorite thing. But I also love cream cheese. And I have found the thing that is like the marriage of both of those, and it has become the death of me. This is labneh. This is a Lebanese kefir cheese spread. And it seriously is like cream cheese and sour cream made a baby. So we're gonna loosen it up with a little bit of lime juice. So that's really gonna help the texture of it. And I just like the consistency of labneh. If you wanna use Mexican crema or sour cream, I support that. So we're gonna add a little lime zest, lime flavor without liquid, and it's just gonna emphasize all of that lime. And these amounts are whatever you want them to be. You taste and tweak and taste and tweak, and I'm all about the taste and tweak life. You just want it to be balanced. You want it to be acidic, you want it to be creamy, you want it to be a little spicy. This is chili powder. It's gonna give it that warm spice. It's not gonna add heat, but it is gonna add flavor. And it's gonna be delicious. Some salt. Just a little bit because it's a pretty salty cheese, so you don't need a ton of salt, but to bring out that lime, and then black pepper. The first time I made this, I made it every day for a week. And I'm not sorry. You're welcome. That's it. So now we're ready to eat that stuff. All right, so we're gonna take some of this and just put it on the bottom of the plate. Yes, that much. That's how crazy I am. Use your hands. It's fine. You're gonna eat this food. Because it's Mexican street corn, you have to have that cheese. Cotija is ideal. But if you don't have cotija, can't find cotija in my neighborhood, you can only get cotija in like massive quantities. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go through that much cotija. I mean, I could, but like, do I really want to? You can use parm, you can use feta, whatever cheese you like that's gonna be a little bit sharp, a little bit salty. And then cheese. A little bit of chili powder. And then one wedge. That was a genuine reaction. It wasn't a blooper. It's delicious. It's creamy, it's acidic, it's sweet, it's like slightly warm and spicy. It's the perfect side dish for using that roast corn. I could eat this as its own meal. But there you go. 2 ways that you can use up all of that summer corn, all of those summer tomatoes, in 2 super easy, super delicious recipes. That's how you make everyday gourmet.